Hello and welcome. All right, we've got some people here. Good morning. I am in Perth, Western Australia. It's 10 to 8 a.m. in the morning. Thank you for joining me wherever you are. Who have we got here? CJ DV, Ed Bragg, Wesley Sullivan, Jolly Man, hello. Isness, hello. LVK, have to start work at 5. Oh, that's no good. Work, wow. That's time to start a business. Sayonara, hello, welcome for joining us. All right, so I don't have anything planned at all. Basically thought I'd come on and have a chat and just see how everyone is. Obviously we're in 2023, right? How we got here from 2019, I have no idea. Like literally, this thing's been going on for 3 years now. We're clearly in the middle of something. So how is everyone? Uh, Quizma, sorry, Quizma, I can read. Cosima, how you going? Bernie, how you doing, mate? Alice, gorgeous, how you going? 10 to midnight, wow, still up. Thank you for joining us. Sojourn 137, hello. Marcel, hello. Hanging Laundry, nice. Wintry, Wisconsin. Summerhill Lane, wow, these are some cool names. 6:50 p.m. in Toronto, Canada on Wednesday. It's Thursday morning here, so I do live in the future. And Dragonfly, hello. So how is everyone? How's everyone getting on? What's everyone's plans for 2023? Right? We've been sort of sitting in this. I don't know. What have we been sitting in a vortex, a vacuum? But we've had all this information, all this stuff going on, but we haven't been doing much, right? Like most people have been sort of, hanging out at home, collecting information, doing stuff online. And I think it's time that we all started to get out and start, building things, building businesses, building communities, building ourselves, maybe, fixing anything that we need to fix with ourselves. And basically, the way I look at it is we need to, get ourselves turn ourselves into the people that deserve what we want is really, I think, what's going on here. Because it's all energy, right? We need to vibrate on the right vibration, the right frequency. So what do you think about that? Cosima, Morristown, Tennessee. All right. Okay, so Cosima is building a fine art business. Well done. So you're an artist, are you? Like a painting artist? Perfect. We definitely need more art. I mean, look what's gone on in the last 100 years. We look back into the past and we see these amazing paintings, and they tell us like the best art ever done. It was all done in the 1500s, right? In the 1600s. And then what happened? Everything evolved, but and it's because obviously, they've been pushing it to the side. So we need art, we need artists, we need musicians, thinkers, inventors, all this stuff that they've tried to quash, and it's basically kept us down, because it's like once you remove the rules, humans are pretty intelligent people, like Kelly says, but we're problem solvers. We're just born problem solvers. That's what we're here to do, work stuff out and get stuff sorted. But when there's people, and principalities around telling you can't do things, and if you do them, they'll throw you in a cage, makes it a little harder. So that's the other thing is we need to avoid the system as much as we can, right? Dragonfly, rural upstate New York. That sounds cold. That's all I've got to say about that. Thanks for joining us. How you people live in the snow, I do not know. James Breeden. Actually, I can click these and I'll come on screen. Look at that. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Jolly Man. Right, frequency modalities. Yeah, right. And this is the thing. It's, and they talk about this, kind of a lot in, the self-help, industry, which I have issues with. You do have to become the vibration of what you want. It's this whole thing of if you want something, you don't have it. So, unfortunately, when people want to do things, if they have goals, whatever it be, start a business, get a new skill, buy a new house, they tend to go through the bad things, right? What can stop them, what can hold them back, and focus on those rather than just getting into the dream. And it's this whole thing of you've got to be realistic. Well, you've got to be realistic. Well, if you're realistic, I think all that's going to happen up is you're going to end up living in someone else's real, reality. The people who change the world, they're not realistic at all. So I say don't be realistic. Just believe you can do it and just go for it and see what happens, right? Anything that's not planned is just a mistake or a challenge. Art for art's sake, exactly. Soul power, hello and welcome. Laughter is the best medicine. It really is. Need to laugh more. Yes, I've got some thoughts on that, on what I'm going to do with my channels this year. The smartphone is a creativity killer. It is. Like, I have a phone and it's a smartphone, and that's just really so I can access apps if I need to. But I hardly even answer it when I get messages, let alone I just don't use it. But yeah, that's the thing. If you walk around looking at a screen, letting it think for you. So this is the thing, right? You sit in front of a telly, it thinks for you. Your brain turns off. Same with YouTube, right? Same with internet. Same with especially things like TikTok, where it's like dopamine hit after dopamine hit, just keeps people there, right? Hello, Sherry Ives, welcome. Hope you bought the chocolate. So yeah, what was I saying? Don't look at smartphones. And that's the other thing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. When I was growing up, it was called the idiot box. And they told us if we sat too close to the idiot box, we would get square eyes. And now they try and tell everyone it's a smart TV. Painting up a storm, nice. And putting beauty in the world of Summerhill Lane. So we've got a few artists, nice. A few fine artists will keep up the painting. Nice. And of course, now I don't really have it. I think, have I got an email address under this? I don't know. If anyone does want to contact me, the email address is in my auto channel if it's not on this one. But if anyone, is starting up a business and like is an artist and wants a shout out, let me know. Send me an email and a few pics of your work and I'll give you a shout out, because that's what I'm going to start doing. More regular shows. I've kind of figured I've got these are actually called channels, right? And I'm thinking, well, could we actually turn it into a channel, right? Like the TV channels we used to have and actually have scheduled programming. So I don't know if I'll get that far. I'll have to see. I may need some employees. But I want to go to do a lot more lives and get out there and just to get everyone involved, right? Like I said, help people get their new business ideas out there, whatever it is, because that's what we need to do is what are they calling it over in America? Building parallel economy. So, everything that we need to build our own so that we don't need the system, right? The system. Alice Gorgeous, the oligarchs are thrashing around like crazy. I ignore it. Just take little peeks. Yeah, it is. It's funny. Just treat it like clown world. I mean, clearly the whole thing's collapsing. I mean, what's going on with President Brandon at the moment is it's insane, right? And it just shows you how this is all about gaslighting, because everything they've been pointing at the other side, and I'm not saying any side's right or wrong, good or bad, because it's probably all controlled opposition. But yeah, everything they point at the other side and say you did, they're getting busted for doing themselves. But of course, everyone's paid off, right? Even the police force, no one's investigating any of this stuff. So this is the thing. We've got to just ignore it and go and build our own. That system is gone, man. It has no value left at all, if it ever did. Just JP, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Addiction to knowledge, information overload. Yeah, well, I've definitely had that. I get points where, like, literally I have to take a couple of days off because my brain's just like, too many connections. Um, me? Come on. I don't sit here doing nothing for hours. I talk. If that's directed at me. Yes, that's no doubt. So staring at phones and TikToks, you can just waste so much time. So I always catch myself when I'm doing. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it on anything really. Processed food is low frequency on your physical body. I agree. Everything is frequency, and this is the thing, right? This whole spelling, right? We have processed food that comes from a food what? A food plant. It comes from a plant, but we're actually just supposed to eat the plant. But they get the plant, put it in a plant, and it comes out, and it's no longer a plant. I don't know. These words. Did you ever notice that you can plant a plant? You can be building a building, but you can't ship a ship. Well, actually, you can ship a ship. Can you boat a boat? I don't know. It's very confusing. I'm very confused. This is the year of the great unraveling. Going to be epic. Skin Soup Menu, and hey, welcome for joining us. Thanks for being here, Anne. How are you? Off in Japan. We'll have to have a chat again soon. Yeah, but I mean, I hope so. I'm waiting for the unraveling, and I'm waiting for this whole control system to finally just be gone, and so none of us have to worry about this. And of course, all the stuff they're trying to implement. So grow your own, guys, and go buy some chickens. Bonbons. Hello, Steffi from New Zealand. I was just thinking about King Dave this morning from New Zealand. Haven't seen him around for a bit. Have to put an arm out to him. But New Zealand, how's New Zealand going? New Zealand's kind of like Australia. We hear all this stuff that it's the most locked down, communistic place on the planet, in the realm. How is it there? Is it that bad? I know King Dave was doing a lot of work, but he was also speaking out about those people who like their free, masonry. So I hope he's not locked up somewhere. All right, chocolate on cappuccino. Yes, I have. If you're in Australia, I hope you have a coffee. I do, or a tea, because you shouldn't drink too much coffee apparently. All right, Alice needs more dad jokes. I shall try. I was actually thinking of one before. I'll have to see what comes to my mind. But yes, I'm still getting organised. I've got to get back onto Gary, and we're going to. I've got some plans of how we're going to structure all this. Seems I've gone ahead and given myself 3 channels and a few other things that I'm doing because I'm not busy enough. I send some art to the people. I'll send some. Oh, jolly good. Send some art. Yep. So I don't know if the email's below in this. If it's not, it's on my auto channel. It is Autodidactic email at proton.me, I think. And we learn. Make your own parallel system, indeed. So whatever it is, and we need them, right? Everything's collapsing. Like, look at the medical system. Who's going to trust that more? And we do need entertainment. That's, the whole entertainment system's gone. Everything, right? Manufacturing food. We know the food was poisoned. Everything needs to be replaced. I've been thinking of opening a community merch shop featuring truther merch. Yeah, man, you should. Yeah, go for it. The more, it's still getting messages out there, right? If you've got people wearing T-shirts, that can make people think, right? And that's the whole goal here is get someone to think a different thought. They take a different action, right? And when you take a different action, you get a different result. That's called something different. And yes, 2 wings, same bird, indeed. So this is the thing, like a lot of people, are fighting. We need these people in power. We need these people in power. We need the people in power. Us. No one rules us. No one tells us what to do, especially these shady. We know what these people are like. We're ruled by the least amongst us. Very crazy. Very crazy. Yes, please give me a like. Leave me a comment. let me know what you think. So I'm thinking of doing this every week, coming onto your screen and just having a chat, a Q&A type thing on a Thursday. So any questions you got, write them down, leave me a comment. Do you like this? Do you like this format? What do you want to see here? I also will be, continuing talks with, different people like Howdy and Gaza, and hopefully we'll get Anne on soon, do a few interviews. But I would just want to keep the content flowing, I guess. So I'm going to be doing probably 2 live streams on a week, Tuesday and Thursday. And I'm thinking of doing the other days on auto, right? Because we've got to be busy, right? If we don't do stuff, I guess nothing happens. My is how we can feed the archons so they stop feeding off us. Oh, I mean, I guess that's an interesting thought, but I think we just need to get rid of them. The thing is with archons is, loosh is low vibration. It's low level energy. That's why, I mean, look around at the moment, right? We're in a time that they're trying to say is the great reset. It's probably more of a great awakening and opening, right? And so they're feeding us, look around. It's all about division, hate, sex, war, all these very low level vibrations they want you to get you to focus on. And when you do that and you live in fear and you spend your life doing all these things, you're giving them food that they like. That's what they feed off. So the way to get rid of them is to raise your vibration, because they don't like the high vibration energy. That's why they spend so much time keeping us down and putting all this stuff, war and all this stuff around us to keep us in fear and in bad vibes, man. So raise your vibration, move above them. We need to glue a GoPro to a turtle's hat and send it into the canals with Paul Cook. I agree. That would be great. Turtle cam. And I'm not going down. No, I'm not sitting on the turtle's head. New Zealand, kiwi fruit. I have a kiwi fruit on my desk that I need to eat today. There you go. Kiwi fruits are great. It's okay. It is okay. It is okay. I wonder what craziness will come from Davos. Yeah, that's going on at the moment. Apparently they've got 5,000 army surrounding the place, which they do all the time, right? To protect them from the people that they're trying to save. Yeah, right. Yes, them. You will own nothing, guys, but you will be happy. The corporation is trying to implement therapeutics bills to stop us using natural. Yeah. And again, this is the whole thing. This is why we need to just walk away from the system. These people only have power while we let them have power. Like, we've heard it a million times, right? We're the many, they're the few. We outnumber them, 1,000 to 1, all this kind of stuff. We've literally just got to just go and do our own thing and just not pay attention to their rules and not comply. PMAs are a good thing to look into as far as legally to do with, buying things, driving, all this kind of stuff. Public Membership Association, check that out, where you can basically live in the private, but you can still contract and do business through the public, which is, the system, right? But basically it means that they have no power over you. They can't tell you to not grow something. They can't tell you to not do something. They can't tell you that you need a license to drive a car, right? And this is the thing. They tell us that we have to pay to drive our cars that we pay for on the roads that we pay for. And people do it willingly. And then people go out and they're like, that's not enough. I'm getting personalized plates because I want to pay the government more to drive my car on my road. It's crazy. There you go. Rant over. I could be a male dancer. Oh, a Chunkin Dale redneck rail. All right, send me some photos. We'll promote you. You can you can be like Only Cam's sister site. Only Cams and Chunkin Dale. I think it's a thing. All right, we're onto it. Some good Chunkin Dale for the redneck girls. My dad was quite a good mechanic, but I don't think he was talking about that when he said his piston broke. Yes. Um, resistance printing press. Oh, yes. What's that mean? Is that a company? Printing is good. Yeah. We need to get out into more printed physical things. This is the other problem. Um, yes, do that. I don't know what we're doing. Um, this thing about the internet, right? With putting everything online, and what happens if there's a pole reversal, right? Magnetic reversal, all the information goes instantly, all gone. So print out any books and that you got, anything good. Try and get physical copies, because this is the other thing. The internet, everything's a double-edged sword, right? And the internet could be really, really good, just like TV. TV could be so good if it was used for education, right? But it's not. It's used for indoctrination. But yeah, the internet, it's good and bad, right? What's that saying? Nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. It's kind of the same thing as nothing is good or bad, but it's how you use it, right? I agree. Make chocolate, not war. That is very good advice. Yeah, fear. Yeah, fear. Of course, false evidence appearing real. Yeah, fear doesn't exist unless we have to create fear. It doesn't actually exist because it's an imagined future which has not happened. So for it to exist, we have to imagine that future and put energy into it. And this is the whole thing. When you do that, your mind, your RAS, your reticular activating system will prove you right. It will point out to you things to say, yeah, look, things are crap. It's too hard, right? It won't point out the good things to you, and you will spiral down. And that's obviously what the name of this is, Spiral Up, right? This channel is all about flipping that and focusing on where you want to go and the good stuff, and your RAS will turn and it will point out things to you that will get you to where you want to go and how you can do it. And that's when you start to spiral up. It's proving yourself right. Your mind will always try and prove you right. It's that saying again, right? If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. You're always right. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Rise higher leech will snap off. Oh, I have no idea what that means. I'm scared though. There's so much out there. See, there is so much out there to see. There, let's see the world. Only cans. Turtle cab. Oh gosh, there's a dirty joke in there somewhere. Um, you know who you are. Oh, okay. I don't think you understand the level of manipulation on this planet. And myself, I understand it pretty well. I really do. Um, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I've been down many rabbit holes, but what I have learned through all of that is the main thing they want you to do is to focus on them, because when you focus on them, we are the creators, and their main thing that they really want us to do is to create the world that they want to rule over. And this is why there's so much time and effort put into schooling us and education, TV, books, all this stuff, social norms. It's all so that we imagine the world that they can rule us in. We're creating this. It's us. So they only have as much power over you as you give them. I mean, what are you? Are you free and powerful, or are you a victim and a slave? It's your choice. Check out PHA being set up. Well, what's that? What's PHA? Far? Is it like a PMA, like a private something? Only can. God. No, I should not have said that, should I? Peaceful non-compliance, yeah, man. While you create, just do your own thing. My young daughter going to New Zealand for a year from the USA. Oh my gosh. Oh, any Kiwis want to answer that one? Wow, what's she doing that for? Wow. Okay. Good luck to her. Oh, come on, Cherry. Right, I'm skipping over all these. I just put a bunch of old dictionaries and thesauruses just in case of blackout and I need words. Yeah, nice. It's always good to have words. If you don't have words around, they're quite useful. Yeah. Did you hear about the dinosaur that wore glasses? He was called a Do You Think He Saw Us? There you go. Dad joke done for the day. 1902 Webster's. Nice. And I find it so strange. You Americans, I don't know. You say pet. And we say pat because you pat, right? When you pat something down, like we pat animals and you pet them. But aren't animals that live with you pets? So this is one of those other, you can pet a pet, right? But can you pat a pat? You can pity patter. I don't know. But why do you say pet instead of pat? It's very confusing to my mindness. The plan is for them to cut us out of the system if we don't comply. Anyway, turn off our power. Yeah. Well, yeah. So we get out of the cities and we create our own free energy systems. We learn how to build our own houses, how to grow our own food, how to support each other. I mean, this is it. What are we going to do? This is the choice. It's not really much of one. It's keep complying and living in this reality that we don't like, or say no. We are more powerful. Teaching how to see without eyes seems to be a good idea, especially for the young. Yes, and I think lots of these abilities are heightening at the moment, coming back. And this this is not just a reset that those who to rule us have devised and put up. This is to do with the realm. This is a cyclical reset. They happen all the time. So that's why the sun is white. That's why the weather's crazy. That's why everything's insane at the moment. They're just trying to take control of that and get us all to focus on what they want to focus on. And we're going to be slaves, and isn't that fearful? And we're going to take away your food. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But there's many ways you can respond to things. If someone says, well, you can't grow chickens here, well, you can move. Because ultimately, where do you want to be in 5 years? Like, are we staying in the cities? Is this where we think that the good place to be in 5 years is going to be? Because I kind of tend to think it's not. Too much control. We've seen what they've been doing in the cities, and the whole lockdown thing. That was they were running around the cities, putting up all their surveillance stuff everywhere. The stickers on the floor, right, that appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly we had billions of them. It's all a scam to get us to focus on what they want, right? Being scared, right? We can't do anything. We're little slaves. Always us. And then they laugh and they get lots of food and they continue what they continue to do. We just got to do something different. And if you keep doing the same thing, you keep getting the same result. The definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing, expecting something different. So we just need to do something different, not expect something different, just do something different, because that does give us a different result. It has to. It has to, right? Hey, CJDV again. People's Health, there you go. People's Health Alliance, setting up hubs. Nice. Awesome. And this is exactly what we need. I know people that are setting up homeschooling organizations to get the education out of the system. So, this is health. So, there's definitely people setting up, things to do with, how do we say, like, political structure, but because we are going to need infrastructure, right? But not politicians. If we need, community things, well, yeah, we need people to handle that, but they get paid by the community and told what to do. They don't tell us that. This is the thing. We're the public, right? And the people making all the rules are the public servants. That's literally what they're called. So we're literally living in a house where the servants have taken over and they're now telling us what to do. Right, so this is the thing. We just got to make better decisions. Need to stock up on toilet paper. Indeed, right? There could be another great toilet paper catastrophe. Ben Thompson, hello. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Sorceress from Ireland, hello. Welcome for being here. Yeah, I kind of agree. Get out of the cities while you can. Start looking around. And like I said, you just have to know what you want. If you want land, don't sit there going, "Oh my God, land's $1 million. Woe is me." Just start making moves, towards doing it, and stuff will pop out of the ether at you. I guarantee it happens all the time. Excuse me. I was looking at where to live and land and all this kind of stuff, and I've had quite a few offers, and now I'm going to live on 150 acres, right? So, and it didn't cost me a thing. They want us to focus on anything but our spiritual connection. Yeah, exactly. If you don't go within, you'll go without. This is the thing that they want us, and this is the thing about religion. All right, trigger time, trigger warning. All religions want you to focus on something outside of you. There's a greater power, but it's outside of you. It's all outside of you. So the things you need to do are outside of you. The things that you should worship are outside of you. Right? The way to change things is to move around things outside of you. And they've just flipped everything. That's not true. The opposite is true. Oh, ta-ta, Bernie. See you for now, mate. Talk to you soon. Have chickens, have greenhouse, little sawmill. Nice. There you go. It's always good to be, prepared. Not as far as, fear. Oh my God, the world's going to end. I need to hoard food. But this is all part of where we're going, right? I mean, in the end, ultimately, we all should be wanting to grow our own food and know where it comes from and know that it's organic and pesticide free, right? We still want to know how to build things. If we're going to really build a house and not be part of the system, well, if something breaks in your house, you need to know how to fix it, or at least need friends who can come around. It's not this whole thing of mono skilling, is that what we'll call it? People only know how to do one thing, right? I'm a plumber, but I can't fix my car, so I make money plumbing, and then I pay everyone else to do what I can't do. Well, that only works in a system like the one that we found ourselves in. It's not the way that you empower people. Who's not coming? Yes, there's no one coming to save us, because you're already here. That's why I'm obsessed with Mother Shipton's prophecy. Keep reading it, meditating on, can't get him out of my noodle. Yeah, Mother Shipton. Yep. Interesting. Check it out. Yeah. I mean, and there's so many, right, of these prophecies telling us a big change, and also stories of people who have been through the change and seen it. So, they've spent the last 100 years making us believe that none of this is real, right? And all the myths and legends are just stories. All this stuff is just fantasy. But we've found out in the last few years it's not. This is our reality, and so we've ended up in this place where 80% of the population believe that their reality is the system, and so they believe that what we're finding and uncovering is craziness. It's very interesting, right? All by design, of course, all by design, intending for the eradication and disappearance of the nefarious influences. Yes, hurry along back and transmutation to a better program. I agree. Yes, fun is preparing. I agree. Fun's preparing. Get out in the bush, build a hut. Like all these videos that are on YouTube, they're pretty cool. Where people just walk out into the bush and they just build little huts and stuff and hang out for a bit. Why not? I mean, the truth is, most of the bush, you can still just go out there and do that. No one's really going to be out there looking for it. It's the perpetual trick of duality, always the end of the... Isn't it? In the 80s, it was nuclear, or late 70s, well, we had the Cold War, then the nuclear threat, right? And then we had all these movies like The Day After, putting all this fear, and we had AIDS, right? Thanks, Dr. Fauci. And then and it's all the time, right? Then it's all these different collapses, 2012, right? 2000, Y2K. And guess what? None of it happened. Nothing. None. Fukushima. Chernobyl. What happened? It's all fear, guys. It's all fear. And people, we just keep falling for it. It's the same, what's it called? Opus God, I'm trying to be too clever here. Otis moderate that one. Operation of a mode of operating. That's what they do. It's just the same trick. They don't have any creativity. It's just the same stuff over and over and over again. And it's our fault if we keep falling for it, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on George Bush. That's, I think, how it goes. But yes. Oh, Alice Gorgeous, good night. Dream well. Thank you for spending a bit of time with us. All right, who have we got here? Udin's Raven, nice, welcome. The longer it goes on, the crazier it gets. Seems to be picking up speed too. Yep. But I mean, I think as it is, it is a great unveiling, right? Because as this is happening, it's getting to the point where, people can't deny this anymore. Even people who are, lefties, shall we say, and supporting all this madness, just in the last week, right? It's come out, President Brandon has documents in his garage. He was taking, what was he taking, 50 grand a month or something, or a week off his off his son Crack, shall we call him that, which he didn't declare in his tax. So all this stuff's coming out to show people what's going on. But again, if we don't see it and make it a different decision, en masse, then nothing changes. Yeah, it's all, and that's what a reset is, right? You have a stage set, and when you change the scene, you reset it. It's a reset. Thank you, Jay. Modus operandi. That's the one. MO. I'm just going to remember MO now. See if I can speak. Yes, modus operandus. Thank you, operandi. Yes. Okay. All right. Ben's in Brisbane. All right. I'm going to be back over that side of the country soon. I've got a few announcements. I'm recording with Kelly tomorrow. So we will let you know what's going on with Tartari Australia and live events, all that kind of stuff. I'm also doing a live tomorrow morning on Autodidactic with Lorenzo. Freedom is Calling You, which is going to be similar to what I do here on Spiral Up. So check that out. We're going to have a bit of a discussion, see how it goes. And man, I've got a busy day tomorrow. At your best. Nice. Good name. Welcome. I look at everyone doing self-destructive things as their way of grieving. Yeah. Well, it's true. But that shift in observation has helped how I link into the world. Yeah. And this is it, right? That they make us think that all the bad stuff that is us and we created it. And so we're the bad people. And so we should take it out on ourselves. Cheech. Hey, thank you for being here. All right, 45 of you watching. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Hope you're having a good day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Just heard New Zealand PM is stepping down. Are you serious? Jacinta Horseface. Nice. Mrs. Ed. I think that's what we need to call her. That chick's evil. She's evil. She literally looks like the alien from Alien, right? The one with the mouth that opens and then another mouth comes out. Old Mrs. Ed. Oh, thank you. I try to be productive. I don't feel that productive. I'm trying to be productive. I'm getting there. Yeah, thank you, Ben. Yes, I am here in Perth. Have you got a channel, fellow YouTuber? Ben Thompson. I'll have to check you out. Let me write that down. See what you're on about, Ben. I've lost you, Thompson. Yeah, have you got a channel? If so, what do you talk about? Let me know. Oh, Sherry, he's married. Sorry, he's taken. I'm sorry. Yes, Lorenzo is great. Lorenzo is really good. If you've met him or seen him, check us out tomorrow live. I just finished level 1 fork training. Nice. Do you have to actually train? That's the next thing. Well, that and a rife machine. I'm after both at the moment. But yeah, I'm 2 people lined up that want to talk to me about tuning forks. So that'll probably be coming up on this channel as well. But tuning forks are cool, man. Just roll a fat doobie. Oh. Getting late here, so go and hit the sack. No worries at all. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I started at 7. I might try and start these because I know that there's all these weird times. All you people living in the past, I don't know, come and catch up. Yes, that's who I'm talking to, Shari, Eileen. Yeah, she sent me a couple of emails, and we're going to hook up a time to have a chat. So there you go. That's who I'm talking to. And there's also another group that JC knows that she was going to hook me up with, but JC's been a bit under the weather lately, and she has a high needs daughter, so she doesn't really get the rest she needs to recover, but she's getting there. So we're sending love to JC. Where are we headed? Okay, where are we headed? We are headed. We're in at the moment. I think in flux, right? We're headed wherever we decide en masse to go. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think there's going to be a split. I do. The way I look at it is that there's clearly two consciousnesses down here at the moment, two ways of seeing the world and reality that can't merge. One is I'm a slave. I just want to do what's told, roll up my sleeve. The other one is you've got to be kidding, go away quickly. So I think that's what's going to happen. We get to choose what reality we're going to be a part of and what we're going to build. And that's exactly what's happening now. That's why groups are forming. People are hooking up. We're being shown what's going on. We're being given, all the answers are out there. We have them, but if we have the answers and Mr. Government P file comes along and says, you can't do that. And we go, okay, that's a decision, right? It's a decision that takes you straight back into the smart city. So we are headed, the frequencies change. And I do believe that when this happens, literally there's going to be two worlds created. One will be a low frequency, one will be a higher. I'm going to the higher one. I hope you're all coming. Where we don't have this control system, right? Because the energy is going to be too high. If you look at the work of Dr. Emoto with the ice crystals and the cymatics, and also cymatics, what am I talking about? Yeah. Look at cymatics where they play tunes, right? And they put sand on a drum and they'll play a tune, a frequency through it. And you just get, disorder until they hit a certain frequency. Then instantly you get perfect order, perfect geometric order. And that's what's happening. The Schumann resonance is the resonant frequency of the Earth. It is rising. It's been rising for quite a while, but it's rising a lot faster now. So as far as I see, that's going to hit a point. And when that point hits, everything changes instantly, which probably means, we're going to have discharges of electricity and things, because it looks like we live in a enclosed system, which is basically a galvanic battery, which means the sun and the moon are an anode and cathode, and they're creating energy. That's why we have the moon disappearing and reappearing every month. And that over time that'll build up a charge that will dissipate, be released from the sun, which is what everyone talks about, the plasma event, all this kind of stuff, solar, what I call it, solar flare. That's what that is. And then when that happens, the energy increases, it vibrates, the frequency goes up, and everything changes. And so it's our choice to turn ourselves into the people that deserve where we want to go, the what we want. That's what I see. So there you go. All right. I just got a rife machine. Awesome. Errant Deafy Guinea Pig. Nice. Awesome. Is it a spooky 2? Which kind did you get? I've been looking at the spooky 2s. But then Bernie met up with the grandson of Rife, Royal Raymond Rife. His grandson, Bernie, has interviewed him, and he knows him, and he's remaking the Rife machine. So got to see what the deal there is. But I definitely want a rice machine. Great investment. I agree. And that's another thing, we have things like rice machines, right? So if you are wondering, what I will do, I'm sure buying a rice machine business, you can then start up a healing business, and of course we do these things through word of mouth, right? You don't want to go on the internet and say, because, people might come knocking on your door, but we just do what we want to do, right? And create our own networks. But that's a business, right? Literally. Yeah, exactly. Licenses are for commercial, dollar making. So and also registration, when you register anything, you actually give away ownership. So when you register your car, you give ownership to the government. And that is why they can come and get your car and crush it, because they own it. If it's unregistered, they cannot touch it. They can't touch it because it's no longer property. And the same licenses, same thing. You're just paying someone money. It's mafia. That's mafia, right? That's literally like, you want to do business here, well, you got to pay us a kickback. That's what a license is. It's a lie, right? It's a lie to your senses. A lie of sense. License. Yes. Michael, enjoy your coffee and your cigarette. I was going to say fag, but I don't know if you can say that anymore. I used to suck on fags in Australia, but that's racist. Who's going? You have to take the no, I'm pretty sure all of ours are gone. Nothing enforced. Yes, definitely. And also, so if you go check out my what's it called, Faraday Research, Mike's channel, he shows you, he's got like a water, what's it called, like a fractalizing water, frequency machine. And also I did a video with Paul Cook and Bernie last Friday on how to make colloidal silver, which is also good for plants. So there you go. Where's that? I've never done that stuff. I've never done any chemical. Well, actually, maybe some acid 25, 30 years ago. That was about it. Alpha Billy, how you going? Didn't see you there. Welcome. All right, we'll go through the rest of these. We're coming up on an hour, so I'm just going to do an hour in the morning. It takes a lot of work to be responsible for yourself. Yeah, exactly. Camp Creek Hill, exactly. And that's the biggest thing, right? None of these slaves want to take responsibility. When things go wrong, they want to sit there and cry and call mummy and daddy to come and take care of them. The nanny state. So the biggest thing that we have, if we want things to change, we need to take responsibility for ourselves, for actions, for our past. And for our past, that just means that, no shame shit. But if you've been an asshole, you've been an asshole. Just admit it and go, well, what did I learn? How do I get better? That's it. It's all just learning, But yeah, until you can take responsibility for yourself and until the buck stops at you, then you're a slave. Basically, you are. You're in a system where you can't look after yourself and you need to rely on others. And, that's not saying that community's bad. Community's awesome. But when it comes down to it, you need to be the kind of person that looks inside for answers and doesn't look outside for someone to come and fix your world for you. I'd like to be heading to the biggest ganja field I can find in a nice warm country and forget the crap going on in the world. There you go. Yeah. Start it, man. Go get some land and start up teaching bongs. There you go. Teaching bongs. But I mean, seriously though, that is a product, right? Everyone's after hemp oil at the moment. Hemp seeds, hemp, the plant is so good for soil regeneration. You can make rope out of it. You can build stuff out of it. You make clothes out of it. I heard someone talking, and they basically said they were an off-gridder, and they was just saying if you grow hemp and bamboo, you've got everything you need to build anything, basically. So hemp, yeah, man, definitely. The system offers war, hate, enslavement, and death. Yes, exactly. Our Billy. What do you choose? What do you choose, people? Which direction are you going to walk in? And when you walk in that direction, are you going to be able to be swayed? If people start crazy and telling you can't do it, what are you thinking? Be realistic. Will they change your mind, or will you keep going? Are you doing things because you want to do them, because you believe in them, because it's your decision, or are you doing things because you think other people want you to do them? Because in reality, most things in the world are done because people think other people want them to do it. But guess what? They're all wrong. We don't know what other people want us to do unless it's a boss who's like, I owe you, do this. But as far as how we live our lives and what we create and all this, so much of it is done off opinion of other people. Just random opinion, you know. Oh, whose name? His, H-A-S. I don't know. Whose name? Who was I talking about? Try 9 ring magnets around the tap. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Okay, that's for your water. There you go. Little tip. But yeah, as I was saying, it's all up to you. We're it. We're the creation and the creators. We get to choose. And as I said before, this is the whole scam. As long as they can make us choose what they want, they've got us. They have us. By the short and curlies. Are you talking my name? I don't know. Whose name do you want to spell? I don't know. I'm so far behind, aren't I? Oh my gosh. It's down to high vibration. Indeed.
Hello.
Bernie, what are you doing?
I had to photobomb spiral up. Hi.
I'm
Bye.
being invaded. I'm being invaded.
I'm
Oh, bye. Oh,
spiraling out.
that's it, is it? He's just
I
coming
just
in,
had to
saying hello, and
spiral
then
out to
running
say
away
hello.
again.
And now I'm
All
on my
right. Well,
way to
thank
go
you for
see
popping.
Avatar with my mom and my lovely girlfriend. So, a ta-ta.
Oh, Avatar 2. Enjoy, Bernie. I'll
Avatar
talk to you
2.
soon.
For sure.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
popping in.
No
A
problem. A
ta-ta.
ta-ta.
Well, there we go. We had a little pop in from Burneye. So there you go. The wonders of technology, right? So there we go. Um, psychedelic water for the resistant ones. Well, they did that. They did that, didn't they? They did experiments. Didn't tell anyone, and they were putting LSD in the water. Wow. Yes. My last name means silver in Sicilian. Ah, De Silva. Yeah, right. Nice. You got any? Got any? I'll have some. Silver's good. Hempcrete. Yes, indeed. So that's another thing that I'm looking into with Lorenzo actually and Kelly. Um, aircrete. Aircrete. We are talking to the people who do aircrete, and basically it's you mix concrete with foam and air, and you get this stuff that's really light, fire resistant, really easy to use. You can spray it on, and they make dome housing and stuff out of it. So that's something that's going to be more the end of the year. That'll take a few months to get that all sorted, but that's something else we're working on because this is it, right? Housing. You can go out and build houses. You can build these in a week. You can build them in a house, insulated, fire resistant, all this stuff, and you can build them for pretty cheap, like $5,000 type thing. These are the solutions we need, right? People shouldn't be getting in debt $500,000 for 40 years just so they got somewhere to live. So these are the solutions we need. So they're out there, guys. They're out there. Plants of healing consumption is verified in Genesis 1:29. Yes, I agree that plants are definitely for healing. In the Bible, it says is it 129 where it says it? What is it? The seed bearing fruits, the herbs, and something like that. Something else will be your meat. Your meat. right? Then after the flood, God comes down to Noah and says, now your years will be capped at 120, and the animals, beasts, and crawly, slithery things shall be your meat. So meat just means food, doesn't mean dead animal. But yeah, I agree that I think that we ate a lot less, but what we ate was a lot more healing. The herbs, right? We know that herbs are healing. And then you've got the whole sort of what's it called? Not fractal fruit. I remember it. Tick. But basically, like you snap a carrot, looks like an eye. It's good for your eyesight. Tomato, red, size of your heart, has 4 chambers, good for your heart. All these things, right? In food, it's fractally telling us what they're good for. So that's where the healing is. And I think food's another one, right? They then come and taken over and said, no, you have to eat 3 meals every day, and you have to eat all this stuff, and you have to cook it and do this and this. But I don't think that's the way, right? No toilets in Tartaria, right? What was going on there? What was going on there? Yeah, it was a Bernie bomb. Bernie bomb. All right, so there we go. Tobacco is a cure for venom. And of course, there was that that whole thing was going around, wasn't it? That they were saying that smoking tobacco was inhibiting. What was it? Can't remember. Something to do with the shot, I think. And of course, tobacco and tobacco, like organic, right? Like the problem with tobacco is the 1,000+ chemicals they spray on it and the paper. It's not necessarily the tobacco. They used to use tobacco in ceremonies, right? So there we go. I would like a hobbit house. Just got to kick the hobbits out first. But yes, hobbit houses are cool. So many creations to create. Exactly. Get out there and create, guys, and that's it. That's the message, right? Have fun. Don't buy into the fear. Get out there and do what you want to do. Build what you want to build. Be who you want to be. Ooh. Do what you want to do. Be what you want to be. Yeah. There you go. Bit of singing. Can't have a live without singing, right? That's the Masters Apprentices, if no one knows that. Australian band from the 60s, I think. I remember the hard cost of a spec house was 60 grand. It sold for $500,000. Someone made some good cash, right? And some poor family is paying that off for 40 years, stuck in their job, chained to their job. And that's the other thing, right? They give you a job and then they're like, now you need a car. Why do I need a car? So you can drive to your job. Oh, okay. Now you need a house. Why do I need a house? So you can live close enough so that you can drive your car to your job. Oh, okay. And so I need my job so that I can pay for my house and my car so that I can get to my job and be close to it. And then I get to pay off that housing car for 40 years. Okay. It's not a good deal, guys. It's not a good deal. Excuse me. All right. So coming up on an hour, they still use tobacco for ceremonies. Yes, they do. Mexico announced the world's most strict non-smoking laws. Did they? Wow. I thought Mexico was kind of free. I saw something. Oh yeah, that's right. We went. We were out the other day. And we went into a pub and sat down, and yeah, you can't smoke or anything. But literally, probably only 10 years ago, if you walked into any pub in Australia, every table would have ashtrays on them, and everyone would be smoking. And it's interesting, right? Cogs are good, and so are sticks. There you go. Don't be a cog. Be a kig. And how do we have cog and sig? What is spelling? Spelling. It's all spelling. Sacred tobacco plants still recognized as such in the Amazon, indeed. And as like I said before, it's how we use it, right? It's like they still tell us to eat vegetables and herbs, but they don't tell how. They tell us to cook them. They don't tell us it's for healing and what plant and herb is good for what ailment, which is all the stuff we need. Imagine if we got taught that as kids, and how to build housing and all this kind of stuff. No smoking on the beach, on the street. Wow. It's a chemical. Yeah, exactly. All the crap thrown on it. So that's what they love to do. They get the sacred stuff and they desecrate it. They get the good stuff and that's good for us, and they make it bad for us. Everything's inversion. Everything is in aversion. So there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. It's been a little while since I've been on this channel. So I am going to put more work into it this year and get up and going. So 2 lives a week and Thursday. Interviews will be coming, and I'm also just going to start recording random thoughts, right? So there might be some shorter sort of videos coming up. That's kind of how this channel started. So I'll work to that as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the little chat. Join me here again next Tuesday, next Thursday. Bring your questions, and we'll just talk about the world, where we're going, what we can do, how we can make the world better, and all that kind of stuff. We are the ones before, we're the ones before us, breatharians. Maybe. I think that they probably ate just a lot less than us, right? Drank a lot of water, probably, prime water, and ate sort of herbs and stuff. But I don't think they were eating meals, right? And roast dinners and all this kind of stuff. So there you go. Smoke herb with my scrag. Yes, that. All right, guys. Well, thank you for spending some time with me. Hope you enjoyed that one. Like I said, same time tomorrow, 7 a.m. on the Autodidactic main channel. I will be live again. So I'm going to be live so often you're going to get bored of me. So hope you enjoy that. Please give me a like, a subscribe, hit the bell for to be notified of all the lives and upcoming videos. I think that's it, right? Stay awesome. Make sure you subscribe to Autodidactic and my other channels if you haven't. And I will talk to you all on the next upload. Bye now.